Where is the specific song I'm thinking of?
Alright, it's starting. Let's,
Alright.
I'm
Give
ready.
me a moment. Alright, so we, because this is somewhat rushed of a start, considering that several players are not here at the moment, and they might not be here for a fair amount of time, we're just going to start with these two fools.
Alright, I guess I'll, introduce my character first.
Well, first off, let's get your character, the in-game introduction, so to speak. So, you play the sorcerer, yes?
Yes, I am a Divine Soul Sorcerer, Christopher Thomas Mass,
All right.
half-elf.
So, Mr. Half-Elf,
Guild Artisan.
You're currently wandering around in the forest, basically seeing what kind of good options for wood you can find for your carpentry projects, because you're a freaking weirdo and do this in the dead of winter.
Oh. Cold never bothered me anyways. Oh, whoops, strong reference.
Please stop.
Okay, I'll shut up for a little bit.
Okay. So, you hear someone approaching from a distance away. They're making no attempts to hide themselves either. You gonna look in their direction?
Yes, could I insight them off of the way they're walking?
You haven't even heard a description of them.
Okay.
They are behind you, by the way.
They're behind me?
Like, maybe 20, 30 feet out.
Alright.
Look?
Yes.
Alright. You see an individual dressed up in a sort of blue postman's outfit, and they're about your height. They are wearing, however, a rather fancy-looking porcelain mask. So they approach, and they ask, are you Mr... Oh, give me a second. Are you Mr. T. Mass?
Ah, yes, that would be me.
I have a letter for you.
Thank you.
You want to roll perception real quick, by the way?
Sure. Let's see, perception. Well, that's a 5.
You notice nothing out of the ordinary.
Everyone wears porcelain masks in winter. They're a great way to stay warm. You
Yeah,
know?
they're quite good at insulation, too.
Yep. So he hands you a small letter, and then just walks back out into the woods and disappears.
Have a good day. Stay safe out there, traveler.
So you want to read that letter?
I will absolutely read that letter.
It is marked as invitation as a handout.
Alright. The invitation reads as follows. Lord Kringle invites you to his home near the town of Forrester. To enjoy festivities planned there, please arrive before the night falls. Oh, well, looks like I'm going to have to make some good time. And with that, I guess I'm going to...
You might want to roll an intelligence check to figure out where you are in relation to this small town.
Actually,
oh, that's weird. It's across the country.
Wouldn't that be survival, or what?
Well, that depends on... Well, survival is...
If he's looking at the middle of the forest,
you pass. You pass
I
pretty
mean,
easily.
worst comes to worst, I just cast Fly.
Turns out you're not super far. You're like 5 miles out, if you remember correctly.
Alright. In that case, I'll just start to make
your way
my way there, and, is it snowing currently?
Lightly. It's not super cold yet.
So I'm not drenched with snow.
You are not completely covered in snow. It's a very light, fluffy snow that
Alright,
is gently falling.
All right.
You do feel the snow crunch beneath your feet, though, so you feel like this might go on for a while.
All right. In that case, I'm just going to make my way over there with
All due haste.
With all due haste and a bit of pep in my step and a song in my heart.
All right. Now to move on to Cannon's character. Ruby, you are currently in the postage, as you have already received your invitation and have basically mailed yourself at the behest. Well, not at the behest, but you basically bribed the people to toss you in a box and throw you in the direction of said town. So you feel yourself bouncing up and down as the courier on horseback is bringing you to your destination.
I take it that he doesn't know who I am or what I am?
Presumably.
Okay. Then she's gonna wait till there's like a sudden stop in motion.
This goes on for a couple hours, and then you make it to a point of which that the horse stops and you feel the bag being lifted.
Alright. I'm gonna quietly wait till I feel like the container I'm in is set down on the floor.
You feel yourself being placed on the floor.
Do I hear like anybody talking? Would that be perception check or?
If you want to roll perception, feel free.
Alright.
That's a nat 20. You hear the courier grumbling about him getting all these northern jobs, freezing his ass off, and having to cart around these anonymous packages to random ass frickin' taverns.
Alright. Do I hear like him walking away? Like his back facing me?
Yeah, you hear the steps moving away, yeah.
Alright. I take my rusty kitchen knife and I just stab it through the top.
Yeah, hear the man jump.
I slowly cut open the package I'm in.
You hear him squeak and then hop on his horse and yell, "I'm not paid enough for this," and just starts galloping away.
My mail order adventurer is here. Perfect.
I just crawl out like fucking tourists. I just sheath the knife onto my back again.
It is. You look around and you see that it's approaching nighttime.
Alright, do I see any people around, or there's just like mostly empty?
You see what you presume is a homeless man sitting near another building, but that's pretty much all the activity you see.
In her mind, Ruby just is a homeless guy.
You also see that you're on the porch of a rather nice-looking tavern.
Huh. Well, this ought to be fun. And she's just... Can I use Mage Hand to, like, knock on the door?
You could try to Mage Hand the door open. There is a handle.
Okay. I'm gonna try to Mage Hand the door open. I'm gonna try to go into stealth.
Yep. Wait, you're rolling stealth?
Yeah, because Ruby wouldn't want to be seen.
Alright.
Just
roll that stealth check. 15 and a 23. Yeah, you'd probably have an advantage on this.
No, she's just gonna plop on the floor. Just ragdoll, so to speak.
Alright. One of the tavern workers walks over and sees you as a doll just sitting there near the door.
just
Goes,
doing
"What the
dull
fuck?"
things, just doing absolutely nothing.
Just ragdoll there, kind of off kilter. The fuck? Who lifted?
Thaumaturgy to make the ground
He
underneath them
turns
shake.
around to look at one of the other workers. Was there a child in here earlier? No?
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make the ground underneath him alone shake.
Okay, that's...
As she just lets out a slight humming, she's gonna make the sound of her signature catchphrase, "I love you." No, she's not saying anything, it's just, with her mouth closed.
He looks over to the other worker. That doll's creeping me the fuck out. I'm gonna go take a cigarette break. That away? That's your problem now.
Does he toss me?
No, he didn't even touch you. He just walks out the back of the building.
As they close the door, I just turn my head to him and say, well now that's just rude, and I just walk in.
The worker hears a voice, looks over, looks down,
I just into
he
the store.
Looks somewhat concerned.
I enter the tavern. And before I leave, I said, "Oh, and brother, you smell like shit." And just enter the tavern.
You can.
Would that be like something? What would I have to roll for it make him reconsider his life choices and habits?
If you want to roll some intimidation check, go ahead.
All right.
9. You're too freaking adorable.
Hello?
And she just walks in.
You're both creepy and adorable, and everyone kind of edges away from you.
Since I'm like a foot and a half tall, I'm just gonna try to climb my way up to a stool. Would it be like acrobatics?
Roll a dexterity check.
Oh, not acrobatics.
Acrobatics, I mean. Just one solid freaking leap, and you're on top of the stool. The
bartender.
The bartender looks at you, shrugs. What do you need?
Is he just reacting normally to me, or he's not just facing me?
He doesn't give a fucking fuck.
I'm just gonna say, so you got anything playing? If not, I'm offering.
Your audio cut out there for a second, Cannon.
Ruby just says, is anyone playing? Because if not, I'm offering.
He looks around. The place is basically empty. There's like 2 people drinking, and that's it.
Look, you don't even have to pay me for food or anything like that. Just like a closet or some shit like that. You're not even using it now.
Alright, sure. Stage is over there.
Alright. I walk over and I summon my precious instrument. And I begin to play. What would I play?
Yeah, what would you play? Let me see if I have any.
Actually, because I'm playing on a lute, because that's what my precious instrument is, I'm going to, I guess, use thaumaturgy to sort of distort the sound and essentially play I'm not distort the sound, make it somewhat louder to make it to play. I guess, I don't know, what would be the equivalent of like Jingle Bells?
That's exactly it. I'll put on a thing for you.
I'll just roll performance.
Alright.
23.
Gets you where you need to go. And Jingle Bells.
do I attract passerbys to enter the tavern?
Pardon?
Do I attract any passerbys to enter the tavern since I'm using thaumaturgy to make it louder?
Not really. The place has pretty decent soundproofing, from what you gather.
Hmm.
You want to roll an insight here?
All right. Well,
The place looks like it's pretty inactive during the winter. You don't know much else.
all right. I guess as I finish the song, I just look around to see if there's any applause or not.
One of the guys who looks moderately drunk, one of the guys that the bartender looked at, he's clapping a little bit. The other guy looks way too tired to be dealing with this right now.
All right. I'm just gonna yell to the bartender. I yell to anyone. Any requests? Not using thaumaturgy.
Most of them stay quiet. The bartender shrugs. Everyone else just stays quiet. Place is basically dead.
I just say, "Why? You act like you've never seen a talking doll before." His place is already dead. I just walk out and just say, "Keep the closet for me." I just walk up to the bartender as close as I can for him to hear me, and just say, keep the closet ready for me." And I just walk out.
You see a half-elf man walking down the street. You want to introduce yourself, Mr. Seto?
Oh, so, you see, standing at about 5'6", black hair, black eyes, somewhat pointed ears, wearing. This is a colder place, right?
Yeah, this is pretty far to the north. It is snowing, and it is approaching evening.
All right, wearing sort of a simple Ushanka-like hat and
Very
nice.
Russian.
Hello, I am Russian. Hello. And nice big dark overcoat. Hello.
Cake, could you show the portrait like on the roll 20 so I can get like
No,
if he has a
no.
portrait or not?
Yes,
he does have a portrait.
This is what you're looking at.
No, for not his, mine. Not for mine, his. Bleh.
Ah.
But now you can see
Alright.
what I look like.
Oh, criminy!
Whoops.
Killing me, Smalls.
I can't see his. All I see is, for some reason, my entire sheet has been whited out.
Right. I shall, let me set it to all players. Save changes. There you go. So you can see
Okay,
his.
I can. Aw, that's cute. Little red-headed doll.
Yeah.
You're a real doll, gal.
Do you say that in character?
No, I'd need a cigar. And, be wearing
and a
a suit.
mobster outfit?
Yeah. Mobster, Jesus, the one thing we all needed.
Okay, moving on. Alright.
Okay, so yeah, you essentially see this 1.5 foot tall, patchwork-looking doll with red hair, blue string holding her eye buttons. Yeah, a pretty yellow dress with a blue ribbon. Bluish looking socks and like a blackish like little slippers.
All right.
She also has like a rusty kitchen knife on her back, like a little toy rapier made of what looks like real metal, a set of bagpipes on her back, and in her hands is a absolutely beautiful jewel encrusted wood and gold engraved ebony wood lute.
I have a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Does the doll, like, do you appear to be, like, at least from your character portrait, you don't seem to be wearing much.
She's wearing a dress.
Yeah, I know, but we're kind of in, like, cold weather.
She's a construct, essentially, so...
Yeah, well, I don't know that much about you, so it's like, huh. Kind of wondering if, like, you're cold?
You literally see this doll just look up to you and just say, what the fuck do you want?
Hi. Oh, nothing, just making my way towards...
Get the fuck out of my... Then get the fuck out of my way, man. And she just walks between your legs, and like, god damn, freaking sharks. And as she passes by, you smell brimstone.
I smell what? You cut out for a sec.
You smell brimstone.
The work of a devil, truly it must be smited.
Hey, she don't breathe, so she ain't a thought.
Fair point, fair enough point.
And she's just gonna try to make her way to, let's say, a toy shop to purchase some clothes.
I'm just going to make my way towards Lord Kringle's castle. Just like okay. Oh, Cake is muted himself.
Might be some things. Essentially, what Ruby's just gonna do, she's gonna buy some clothes, and get the heck out.
Pardon me. Could I get this in a size 1?
She's just gonna look literally like. Imagine this is like this is with how he's describing. She's just gonna buy like a bag of clothes, like one of those like little doll stations where
I know.
they have like a bunch of clothes.
I'm just imagining you running into a dollhouse, taking like stealing somebody's Barbie.
She's not gonna steal it. She's gonna pay for what she knows she can get. She's not gonna get away with, obviously.
But you could steal from Barbie. You could steal from somebody's Barbie.
Fag Barbie.
You know, just go in. You know, it's the time of holiday. People are away from home visiting family.
Yeah.
Just steal from Barbie while she's away visiting kin.
By the way, the race that Ruby is a Matryoshka. It's a race made by Mage Press. You can find it on their site, and you can it's free if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's free.
Matryoshka, based off of the.
It's in the Matryoshka. Yeah, there's 3 sub races. I chose the Raggedy, and essentially, yeah, it's in the Men and Monsters PDF. As a bunch
named
of other
after
races.
The Russian nesting dolls.
Yep.
Back.
So I just want to get my thing out of the way. She's just gonna straight up go to a toy shop, pick up any clothes, and pay for it, and that'll be it.
You do so. No issues, no questions asked.
Nobody gives me.
And the Lord
looks.
said.
No,
and the Lord said, "Sure, bro."
The only people who gave you weird looks in town was when the servers and the postman that brought you there.
I mean, that's kind of to be expected, considering, like, surprise!
Surprise
You
doll.
know that thing you were carrying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, at first I was like, is he playing a goblin?
Yeah, no, I'm playing a doll thing.
I know, it's just, I had no idea what you were playing. And now
Yep.
you're just
Yeah.
playing.
And
So
you know
we
what?
have...
It's gonna
we have-
be found out later, but the subclass I'm playing is the College of Crossroads, made by Warlock Homebrew. It's the version 2 of the subclass.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, we have a doll and
A devilish doll, and a holy boy.
one. Who would win? One devilish doll or one holy boy?
Depends on how holy the boy is and how devilish the doll is.
Yeah, fair point.
Holy boy.
So, how much do I take off? Like a single gold piece and take, like, I don't know, 5 copper?
A single gold piece. These are actually pretty decently made little outfits.
Ah. Yeah, as expected. She's just essentially going to pick up, like, some, like... Her accessories are going to be a winter coat and some, like, puffy winter pants.
Why would you
And
need
probably some
those?
boots. To fit in. Because obviously the weirdo half-elf gave him looks.
I didn't give you looks.
Okay, everyone else gave her looks, and she's
Only
just...
2 people. Only 2 people have given you looks.
Okay,
The world's most self-conscious.
She wants to fit in, okay? She wants to be pretty. She's a doll. What do you expect?
Alright, well, you get the outfit you wanted, and you head right back on outside, I'd assume.
Yep, and make my way to the cat to where I was invited.
Pardon?
Oh, and she makes her way back. Makes her way to where she was invited.
Probably should have remembered to modify that to say that you were to wait outside the tavern. Whoops.
I mean, all I was told is, hey, go all I was told is, hey, go to this town. You'll know what to do. It's just this, hey, go to this town.
Let's see if Chili or Kinito can join now.
Yes. Otherwise, it is going to be... This is just going to be, like... I feel like this would be something like a weird French animation studio would make.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, not all of the stuff that the French animation studios have made have been weird.
I know some have been
It's
good.
just
Like
most of them. Most of them.
I mean, they're experimenting. Always.
Yeah, experimental. Have you ever heard of
Air
Wakfu?
quotes.
Have you ever heard of Wakfu?
Have I ever heard of what?
Wakfu. It's
Wakfu.
some anime series, I'd assume that.
It's not an anime series, actually. No, it's a French animated TV show.
The way it looks and the way the plot sounded more like an anime.
Well, it's an anime inspired, but it is French. It's all French, baby.
There's a lot of like Frenchins. I mean,
Also, what was that other show? Something in Ladybug. That's like absolutely absurd fan base, despite the writing being pretty low tier.
Yeah. You mean French? French Sailor Moon.
I wouldn't even call it Sailor Moon. It doesn't have that good of writing to be compared to Sailor Moon. Get that trash out of here. But that's just my opinion.
I mean,
I haven't really watched any French stuff. I do, however, enjoy Gendy Tartovsky's work, except for the Hotel Transylvania films, because those suck.
I mean, I know that there used to be a show a long time ago called Code Lyoko that was pretty okay.
Actually,
It
a
was
pretty
okay.
decent show.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty decent. It was also French.
Yeah, my only issue was that it was early 3D animation in parts, and it was kind of eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, it was slightly higher quality than what we got with Beast Wars, but Beast Wars had significantly better writing to make up for it.
Yeah, Code Lyoko didn't age super well.
Then again, to be fair, neither did Beast Wars.
Ah.
Beast Wars did have a pretty awesome plot, though.
Oh yeah, there's
Considering
no
it was-
arguing about that.
Basically, it was alternate history of G1 if nobody woke up after the arc and whatchamacallit crashed.
Hmm. So,
So yeah, what happened?
is Kanito gonna be able?
He hasn't responded, so I'm gonna have to assume that he's not gonna be available.
Okay.
So no druid?
No druid or barb.
Okay, looks like it's just gonna be the two of us.
Yep,
God.
which means I might have to slightly nerf a couple of things.
Good cop, bad cop.
You know, Jesus cop, devil cop. You know, the classic.
Yeah.
We'll make a. This is Yeah, this is just our French studio animation of
I guess so.
Jesus
Yes.
helping out Santa
The
Claus.
doll that speaks, that has a sailor's mouth, and the good elf boy.
All right.
And half elf take the wheel.
So, what's up? What happens?
Well,
I'm just-
after a little while, so where would you be after a couple hours?
Because since I didn't, since I took some time to buy something, I imagine our half-elf man would reach there first.
All right, I guess I'll go first. Quit. Ow. Ah, hey.
Kitty cat.
Yeah, I was attacked by a cat.
Good.
So, yeah, this is retribution for everything I've done. But anyways, I guess I'd be sitting at. I guess I would be probably in. I would
Where
probably
at in,
be. I'm at soup. No, I'm currently. I'd probably be at
Oh,
a
please
tavern
no.
drinking something spiced to keep myself warm. Like
Alright, so you'd
spiced
probably
warm
get a little
drink.
bit of spiced rum over at that tavern. And what of you, Mr. Anticannon? Where would your precious child be hiding?
Well, she's not. Well, yeah, she's just gonna. She's just gonna make her way there, but because of her size and her movement speed, it'd probably take her a while.
To get back to the tavern?
No, to make it to the. Is it noon? Is it like?
It's approaching evening, and I'd assume
Yeah.
you'd
No, yeah,
just
she.
hang out and chat it up with him.
Like,
No, I mean,
like we're
she'd
guessing like
make her way to the castle, because at that point, if she were to get there, it'd
You
be-
have no idea where the castle is.
Oh, in that case, she's.
And they never mentioned the castle.
I was like, she just like. Like, did they freaking mention the location of the cats? She just takes out her letter and checks it. She just tosses it in the snow in frustration, and with thaumaturgy, she tries to yell out something.
You see a
But what comes out
carriage
is-
approaching from up the mountain.
Well, what comes out is instead is very loud. I love you. Instead of a series of swears.
Alright. So you see a carriage approaching down the place, and you see a man driving it wearing a mask. a porcelain mask.
Do I remember the person who delivered my letter being somebody who wore a porcelain mask?
You remember seeing a porcelain little mouse thing. Oh, there's Teddy.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to say it without disturbing anything.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's
So,
just gonna...
let's cover Kanito real quick.
Okay.
You play our good friend, the Firbolg, yes?
Yeah.
Alright, so Mr. Firbolg is slightly out of town, having received his, well, not out of town, he's been,
He's on the outskirts of the town.
just outside the northern side of town.
Ah, okay.
And you see a somewhat fancy carriage being driven by someone who is very similar in description to who delivered your letter. A man in a blue uniform and a porcelain mask.
I'm just going to just observe as he is he directly approaching, or am I just sort of seeing him pass by?
He's passing by into town, which you were making your way to.
Yeah, I'll just follow him at a somewhat at a distance, but I figure I'm probably just going to follow him.
You follow for a ways, and he parks out front of the tavern.
Does he accidentally step on me, or...?
No, he's driving a carriage, and you're slightly off the road, so you're not in danger of either getting ran over or splattered.
Well, either way, I mean, I have resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, so it's fine.
Alright, so he parks out front of it and just waits there.
I guess I'm
Want to
just
roll
gonna...
an insight there?
Sorry?
Any of you want to roll insight on the,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a nat frickin' 20.
That's a 10 from me.
That,
You can tell that his name is
that
Clyde.
isn't human, nor is it anything organic you're familiar with.
What does a 10 get me?
A 10, he's just waiting for someone to hop in, or several someones.
I'm just gonna use Mage Hand to pull my letter out of the snow, like,
That can't be for me.
And just
That's
make my way
6.
there.
Basically the same, but more fur and dirt.
Yeah. And, Teddy, you essentially see
I
a
have proficiency in
doll in a
insight.
blue parka, and it's a 1.5 foot doll with a blue parka and blue boots and pink pants just walk up there to the person driving the carriage
Shall also
with a mage
allow
hand
people to see
holding
what
up a letter.
Teddy's
It's like,
character
hey,
looks like.
hey, bud, hey, buddy, in
The
front of him.
the driver just looks down at you, gestures to the carriage like, get in.
Can I climb up?
Yeah, it's got a footstool and you can easily get on.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, why, you're not even gonna open the door for a lady?
It's basically an open carriage.
Oh, it's not one. Okay, sorry, I didn't know.
I
Alright,
probably
yeah,
should have
she's,
specified.
Yeah, it's fine. She's just gonna climb in, like, and she's just gonna clean herself off.
I have a question.
Eh?
This carriage, what's driving it?
You just see a person in a blue uniform and a porcelain mask. Noleg, our good friend Teddy's character, is the only one who saw right through it.
I meant that. Just confirm for me. So we see a
non-human
sorry, it's just
carriage,
a carriage was brought up.
driver.
So there is a carriage, right?
Yeah.
And what's driving this carriage? I mean, what's pulling it, rather?
Roll intelligence.
Actually, would that be nature?
No, just roll a flat intelligence check.
Ah.
10.
It looks like a horse, but you don't know what exactly it is.
So you're telling me that we're going to go see Lord Kringle on a one-horse open sleigh?
Yes.
And my mom is giving me incredulous looks.
Oh god.
And
That sounds lovely.
well, anyways, I'm just gonna walk him. Pardon me, I was curious. Do you know where Lord Kringle is?
The person in the mask looks at you clearly incredulously, like, seriously. He just gestures again at the carriage, like, get in.
I imagine Teddy's character would have seen the letter, and does it like look any way similar to his?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to
Okay.
get into the carriage after. Question, does he look like any of his clothes are wet or anything?
No?
The carriage driver.
No.
I was going to press it. If anyone is clothes are dampened by the falling snow, I was going to press to digitate them.
As you try to do it on her, it's like, whoa, hey there, buddy, keep your hands to yourself.
I mean, if they wanted me to, I would have.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think you necessarily have to touch it.
Well,
Oh, right, it's a
basically,
range thing.
here's the thing. Range 10 feet. Like, basically, I could just make warm air just flow from my hands to warm everyone up. With my prestidigitation.
Alrighty, so you do that. Everyone's a little bit toasty. Teddy, what is No Leg doing? Is he going to hop on the carriage, or is he gonna just stand there?
He'll observe the others getting on, then he'll just approach without a word. He pauses for a moment at the entrance, waiting to see if anything stops him, then he just gets on.
Alright. Nothing weird happens. The driver's silent. He pulls the carriage around and just drives back up the road again.
I imagine my character's like sitting on the opposite end, just staring at you guys.
Well, nice to meet you all.
Who's the hex are you? I say to the half-elf.
My name is Christopher.
Do I get like a feeling off of him?
Just rolling inside or something. I don't know.
What do you mean by a feeling?
Because you know my extra, my boss essentially, or rather my what would be the proper term? My benefactor.
Okay, patron?
She is not a warlock. Come on. She's not that type of girl.
You can still have a patron without being a warlock.
No, that's kind of part of being a warlock.
Have you ever heard of a patron saint of a church?
That's an entirely different subject matter. That's religious. This is non-religious. But do I get like a feeling like, I don't know, other than him being able to cast magic, like that he's got like like what sort of magic he's casting? Like is it
Roll Arcana.
And if so, like what type?
Just roll Arcana.
Natural 20.
You know exactly what this boy is. He's a sorcerer of a divine bloodline.
You can see through my bloodline. You have a book of...
Actually, it kind of makes sense of what my character is. Like, good boy. Make me sick. You just like, try to spit in your general direction, so you're like, oh, I can't spit.
Ugh, good people. Disgusting.
And she looks at essentially the furball and says, "So that's your story."
Sorry. No,
Oh,
mistake
God.
there.
Oh no!
I'm not attacking you.
Hand axe
The
to
party
face.
kills themselves.
Oh, God.
Damn it. Right, why am I
Why do you keep hitting hand axe?
That's an accent.
Because he wants to play with because he wants to play with the doll before killing it.
Alright. In all actuality, what were you gonna say, Kanito?
He looks at you for a moment. Oh, no, damn it, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, he just looks down at you. Doesn't
sorry.
respond at all yet.
I imagine it's a situation where you two are sitting together and she's just sitting alone on the other side. Am I about right with that, DM, or?
Whichever organized thing you want, it's a 4-man carriage. Well, 4 seats in the back.
Quiet type, huh? I respect that. And she just nods at you not incredulously, respectfully.
The day of the word is incredulously.
The
Shit.
day of the word.
The day of the word?
People are very, very tired today.
Well, here's the thing.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a
The
long day.
word, I am actually very tired. But
You hear the sound of the horse's hooves, air quotes, and the wheels change from the sound of dirt and snow to the sound of cobblestone. Yep. Any of you want to look out?
I'll try.
Well, you said that this was an open carriage, right? So.
Yeah, but you were kind of all busy looking at each other.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
Well,
take
I
a
mean, I
look
was
out.
sizing them up, see if she could take it. She was just saying if she could take a. The answer was no.
Yes.
Not yet.
No leg will just look around.
Yes, I'm here.
No leg, you see the road that you're on, which has a nice cobblestone fencing around it, and it's also got these little gas lamps staggered about every so often, just to make sure that the area is well lit.
Okay.
And the slope has gone from extremely steep to somewhat moderate.
Is there anything else that we see, or?
Depends on whether or not you want to roll perception, friendo.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll roll perception.
Let's see what kind of numbers you produce. 18.
Oh,
You see a fairly sizable, kind of looks like a mix between a castle and a mansion up ahead. It's just perched nice and neatly on top of this mountain.
jeez Louise, rich folk.
Should I also roll perception?
If you want.
I'm not getting.
You see lots of bright lights in the distance, but
There's a lot of snow in my eyes.
yeah, you got freaking hit with a snowball from a nearby dryad.
Whoop!
Dryads. Always a jokers.
Seems to have an opinion on everything.
I like to imagine that just there's a snowman head just thrown onto my face.
Carrot included.
So what's your stories?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Fun.
give me
I'll just with one hand, I'll just wipe the snow off his head.
You just slap him in the back real hard as the snowball. The snow just gets off.
Well, I'm a carpenter from a little bit out of town. I was looking for some nice trees to use in a couple of my newer projects, and I was handed this invitation. Wondering if either of you have gotten one.
Yes, yeah, I got one. You know, now it makes sense why the dryad threw a snowball at you.
Hey, quick
Why?
question, Teddy. Is your character literate?
What is? Yes, he can read.
Alright, good. Just double checking.
He can. He
'Cause
just
that is kind of a air quotes class feature for barbarians is
It's a
that they can't
stereotype.
read.
That's a
That's a
stereotype.
stereotype. Yeah, he has intelligence 10. He's about as smart as a normal person.
I mean, here's the thing. He can read. He just chooses not to.
Reading is for suckers.
Reading is for wizards. Throws book at enemy. See? Works perfectly well.
Alright, well, yeah, she's gonna turn her face to you, Teddy, to your character, Teddy. And he says, so you got a name, bub?
No leg.
No leg?
No leg.
No leg.
No lag?
No leg. Oh.
No leg.
Well, in character, she's just saying,
Go for
no,
that Norse.
no leg. Yeah, no
No
leg.
leg.
Yeah, but she's just gonna say, no leg. What sort of fucker names their kid that? Must have really hated you if they named you No Leg.
He just
Unless you got
shakes his head.
some medals on those legs.
Head and turns away.
I feel that if you're not very careful, you might not be left without any legs.
She just looks down on her legs and she just says, yeah, you know what? Nah, fuck it. She just
She just takes her legs off.
No, she doesn't even take her. No, she doesn't take her legs off. They're not detachable. She just like, I got a sewing kit, brother. I'm probably better, easier to take care of than you.
So you feel the carriage not really suddenly stop, but it stops, and you see that there's actually a lot of townsfolk here in this little courtyard.
Popular rich boy bosses.
And you also see several individuals that don't look human or relatively close to organic. You want to roll an intelligence? You want to roll that intelligence?
Sure.
That's the 4. You don't know what in the fuck those
10.
Why? Why am I like
Actually,
this?
I was gonna say, wouldn't I have advantage because I'm also something of a construct like nature, but
I
no,
guess I'm
it's
just
fine.
a simple
You
man.
have a very vague idea. Do any of you want to roll a history check right quick?
Sure.
Not one. You.
I was born literally yesterday as a 28-year-old man.
Rather, he's just not very experienced in the outside world. He's very, very.
All I know is carpentry.
Sheltered child. He's a sheltered frickin' child.
All I know is carpentry. That's all I've ever known, and all I will know.
Alright,
Also sorcerer,
you
also
remember that you heard a while back that there was a guy by the name of Kringle who's a rather famous clockmaker.
Alright, Kringle. I knew I thought I heard that name someplace. Fucking clockwork guy.
So yeah, you see a ton of people. They're all basically moving gifts around you. Also, because you got an 18 with that, I'll say that you also are vaguely aware of the traditions in this area. that basically when winter solstice rolls around, the people gather together to celebrate.
Ah, jeez, cheers and happiness. I like one of them. It's not, just not the cheese. Ugh.
So you'll hop off the carriage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she just hops off when the
After,
carriage stops.
I'll also thank the our carriage driver.
Always thank you, carriage drivers.
I toss him a gold piece.
It just bounces off his head.
Well, with a mage hand, sorry,
I
not toss,
will.
like handing him it with a mage hand. Bleh.
He's face forward.
Alright, I see how it works. I see how it works. She
will-
narrows her eyes and just puts a gold piece back.
He just, as soon as you all are off the carriage, just a moment later, he goes to park it in a little stable-like area off to the right.
Well, now that we're done with our sleigh ride,
So, yeah, you see a bunch of people moving about. You see that they're having fun, chanting it up, and you see an elderly man in what seems to be red clothing with let me just move the image
Just
over.
Okay.
a map. Where would you have us put ourselves?
All right, I'll take care of it. Give me a second. So let's son of a frickin'.
Son of a gun.
So you see an elderly man greeting people right about here. And you four are basically parked off over this way. Oh wait, no, I don't.
3.
Sorry, my
I
eyes are
love.
killing me.
I like how you kept her away from the good boy.
I
No.
Alright,
I love how.
so
I
you
love
just
how
see a bunch of there's a
different.
few clockworks walking about, helping people out, help people carry things, and they're all kind of air quotes dressed differently. They're all made out of basically metal and porcelain and other materials.
Yeesh. Rich folk with the willies.
And the old man is basically letting people up the stairs, helping the elderly and young up.
Could I help him?
If you want.
Okay, I'd like to help him.
Alright. So you start helping him, and he looks at you. Oh, you must be one of the guests that I specifically invited.
Ah,
Wonderful.
yes. I'm assuming you're Lord Kringle.
Yes, I am. As you can see, that's we've got quite a party underway.
It would indeed appear to be. Can I shake his hand?
Go ahead.
Alright, I shake his hand after warming up with prestidigitation. Wouldn't want to.
He shakes your hand, and it's actually a pretty strong grip.
I have a strength of 6, so most things are.
So
strong.
basically, you're just ragdolled around by this man shaking your hand.
Ragdolled and you're not even a doll. How pathetic.
So yeah, help
I'm not
people
even
out.
a full sorcerer. I'm just a cardboard cutout of one.
The ragdoll isn't the first one to get ragdolled.
So
How ironic.
after all the villagers are up the stairs and all that, some are kind of milling about in the upper courtyard, you see. And
oh, sorry, continue.
And he basically guides you all up, wondering how you all are doing and if they like the place.
Before we end up going up, I'm just gonna look at Nolia and say, Man, he's fucking weak. How can he call himself a goddamn carpenter if he can't even take a handshake from an old man?
I'm gonna roll perception right quick.
You seem to have opinions about a lot of things.
Yeah, opinions are like butts. Everyone's got them.
Oh crap! I don't.
I'm sure they can
Alright.
be. I'm
No,
sure they can be
he doesn't
removed.
notice. He doesn't notice.
And I guess as we make our way up, and I just try to trot my way up. Not trot, sorry. Climb my way up the stairs and try to meet up to
Oh,
him.
I'd pick you up and put you on top
Hey,
of
let me.
the stairs. Just
Hey, I don't give consent to this. Like,
I took my hat
when
off
you,
and just.
And when you reach to the point where you set her down on your shoulder, he's like, fine, and she just uses a mage hand to essentially create like a red, glowing, reddish orange hand and taps on Lord Kringle's shoulder. I just say, hey.
Yeah.
I just and Ruby just says, "Hey," essentially using Mage Hand to tap on his shoulder.
He looks down at you. Yes.
No, I'm on his. I'm on what's his face's shoulder.
Ah, no.
Sorry,
Christopher.
Christopher's shoulder. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. This is just the character. She's very crass.
He looks up at you. Yes.
See you, little Kringle, huh?
Yes, that is me.
So, pleasure to meet you, Ruby. And she just extends
Pleasure to
her normal hand.
He gently takes your hand and shakes it too.
Well, I have to roll to
You
give
as
like
well.
a strong handshake.
Roll strength check with disadvantage.
Right, because I'm smaller than him.
Yep.
You are this. Shouldn't it be minus 1d4 like in large reduce?
No, then that would apply to halflings, and I'm only size small. I'm not tiny. That's a 12, because I only have a +1 to my strength modifier.
That you provide a surprisingly effective handshake for basically something made out of cloth.
You're using my body to leverage.
He gives you an appreciative grin. Brain.
Grin.
Work.
Grin.
Grin. Yes.
He gives you an appreciative bottle of gin.
Well, I mean, she's not gonna put that. She's not gonna say no to that, but she's essentially gonna say, "So, so why you calling us, huh? I'm not exactly familiar with these parts. I'm not even from here, so."
It's a very long story, and after the evening's over, I do have a couple of things I want to discuss with you all.
You don't look so surprised at what I am. There a
Miss-
reason for that, or are you one of those weirdos who
Miss,
just looks at
I
dolls?
create clockworks for a living. Sentient clockworks, as well as normal clocks. Very little can surprise me in this day and age.
Fair point. And she just strums her guitar, her lute. Why do I keep on saying guitar? No, lute.
It's basically a guitar, but with less strings, dude.
It's an old
Yeah,
guitar.
she's just gonna strum at her lute, and
That sounds like a guitar with less.
So as you make your way over to the front door, you see one of the villagers over here. You see an individual run out of the shadows, shove over a villager, grab the present they were carrying, and jump over the wall this way.
The Grinch, is that you?
Can I try to?
Can I do something?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, after you. Oh, we could both do something. I just wanted to throw a firebolt at his kneecap.
Roll an Arcana check to see if you can actually hit him at that speed.
Like, how fast is he going when this happens?
Nope. This lad is moving far faster than you've ever seen anything move.
Unfortunately, I don't. You know, I can't give you guidance.
Oh,
to...
actually, wait. I do have something. I just yell out to that guy, "Hey, make a suggestion. Stop!" And I just cast suggestion on him.
What?
I
He cast
cast suggestion on him and
guy
just
to
say,
stop.
if I can make it, if I can make a suggestion, stop.
He
Must be
just
living.
completely ignores you.
He has to,
He has to make a
30
wisdom
feet for
save
one thing,
against my DC 15 spell save.
unless
My boy,
I
just
think he's probably farther than 30 feet.
Oh, okay, then my bad.
he's already
mean,
past the
that's-
wall by the time you even try to get words out.
Before
Could
she
I-
could even finish casting a spell, she's just like, forget it. Jeez.
Could
Uh.
I?
One of the
over
guards attempted to stop him, but the guard was a little bit slower and clunkier than the guy that was basically booking it and just frickin' Assassin's Creed it up the wall.
I guess could I just say that I stopped before I finished the spell?
Yeah.
Alright, because I don't want to waste a spell slot on that.
I'd like to do something.
Yes.
Could I go over and see if the guest is all right?
Sure.
All right. Does he appear to be hurt at all?
Not seriously, it's not even really a bruise, just knocked over and slightly winded by the fact that, well, they just kind of ran over and yeah.
In that case, I'm just going to brush him off, just make sure he's okay, make sure he's clean, and then I'll return to the group.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just
You're
gonna
welcome.
look at the commoner and just shake my head in disappointment. And in her mind, she's gonna think, can't even keep a presence in the hand. How weak must these people be?
The villager just sighs, heads inside, slightly dejected, but still in
I know what,
high
that's what
spirits.
she's thinking. She's not like saying that out loud.
I know, he's kind of mad at himself, clearly.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So the villager goes inside, and you all head inside. You want to roll Actually, do any of you want to roll insight on either Kringle or the thief?
I guess both if I can, or do we? It's just one or the
One
other.
or the other.
I'll
in
do
that
the
case,
thief,
Kringle.
you do Kringle.
Yeah, I was gonna do
Okay.
Kringle because it looks kind of awkward. That I'm surprised that he wouldn't do
18 on insight on the thief.
22 on Kringle.
Kringle looks like he's kind of sad, kind of disappointed, and kind of regretful. As for the thief, you can see that the thief's gait is kind of strange, like it's hobbled slightly.
He's got.
And they clearly have something to do with this regret on his face. No leg, you see jack shit, you don't see anything.
No
Too
leg.
distracted by the big shinies.
You
Very imposing.
you
big
looked
shinies.
into Christmas, and Christmas looked back. Not Christopher Temis, but just you looked into a concept that doesn't exist.
Yep. So you all head inside. Let me just get the reveal button to work. Where are you, son of a frickin'... There we go.
You hit the eye, and then you go to reveal, and then you
I found it. Alright, so you head inside, you go through, Oh wait, no. Give me a second. The door that you're actually supposed to go through is up these stairs here.
all right. We just phased through. Oh no, Nolag is just phasing
ignore
through a
it.
wall.
Just ignore it. Ignore
Yeah, we'll
it.
just ignore it.
Ignore my mistake.
I didn't know
And
he was.
this map is slightly smaller scale than I would have liked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
fine, man.
being silly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool, man.
So you all follow Mr. Kringle inside, and you head up a flight of stairs to the second floor.
As we go up, Ruby's gonna say, "So Kringle, sorry, can I call you Kringle?"
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to make assumptions, make an ass out of you and me and all that. But see, what's your whole deal with that thief? A thief? You look pretty sad, and as far as I can tell, at least nobody died.
That's actually part of why I contacted you all. I'll explain after the party. So you head up the stairs, 2nd floor. You are then led up to the 3rd floor.
Are you sure you do? Rather not tell us now. I don't mean to pry, just...
It wouldn't exactly be good if everyone else heard, and also some folks here still don't like me that much.
Yeah, Ruby's just gonna nod in understanding that, yeah, this guy seems pretty weird, but standard, or very typical rich people problems
No.
for her.
Alright. So you make it to the 3rd hall, and you are in this room with a very large tree in it now.
Oh, Tannenbaum.
Is it decorated at all, or is it just a big
It's
tree?
very thoroughly decorated, and a lot of the people there are putting presents there.
Eek. Let me guess. Security work?
Pardon?
Security work, right, Kringle? Right, little Kringle?
Little Kringle!
Sorry, Lord Kringle.
Little...
What's this about
Little
security?
Kringle. Ruby says, you want us to work security, right?
Sort of. To an extent, it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's very difficult to explain.
Well, it's only difficult to explain if you don't say anything.
Just roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Could I help?
Wait, would the disadvantage be cancelled out because my character is adorable?
No,
Okay.
Could I also roll persuasion?
if you
13.
want. Okay, Mr. Christopher TMS is a little bit more successful.
Hi, I have expertise in this.
I also have expertise in persuasion.
Not quite as good persuasion,
How do
though.
you have expertise? You're not a rogue or bard, are you?
No, he's got a feat.
Ah.
Alright.
Okay,
So, Chris, could you please give a convincing argument in character?
So, if you want us to help, I'm perfectly fine to help you out.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry, ignore that.
It seems that everyone here, could be in use of a good time. We just want to make sure that that time is as good as it can be, and that we can take our minds, and that everyone else can take their minds off of the cold and, well, all their little problems in life.
You know what? You're right. Follow me. He guides you to a little side room.
Thank you very much, sir.
how many Grinches do we find shackled to the wall?
The Santa that stole Grinchmas.
Good lord. What do we see, though? In all seriousness, what do we see?
It's just basically a storage room for, like, cleaning supplies and all that.
For Grinches.
No! Quit it.
You know, usually whenever I'm sleeping in one of these type of places, 3 people walking in here tends to be a little bit more steamy.
We probably don't want to be hearing those stories, friend. So, let me explain the situation. He pulls up a chair and sits on it.
Pulls up a cherry?
There's just a small bar stool in there. He pulls it out of its little storage spot and sits on it.
I guess
Nullo just stands.
Ruby just hops off of the elf's shoulder plops on the ground, and you hear "I love you" coming from her. And he's like, God, fucking
Yes.
no, just don't even mention a thing.
Let me explain what exactly is going on. See, years ago, before I had this place built, I was basically in poverty, but I still managed to create my first construct, which was he was not exactly perfect. He was a gentle soul, however, and he helped me basically do what I needed to do to survive, considering how well durable constructs are.
Mm-hmm.
And
She just nods in agreement.
I made a lot of my fortune making very simple clocks for people, and eventually I made enough money to make a small cabin. After that, one year, when winter was approaching, some drunk son of a bitch decided that my good friend that I created was unnatural and therefore had to be burned, with me alongside it. So, whoever it was, he set fire to the building while I was sleeping, and my friend was being repaired. He was unaware of what was going on. I had to leave before I burned to death.
Ruby just stops nodding and just looks at him blankly.
My apologies.
And I never forgot that night, and I never forgot him. However, recently, after a few years, I finally got this place built, and I started making significantly more money as a result of improved resources. And then I started hearing about a cloaked figure running about, talking to my constructs, and causing all kinds of mayhem. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know who it is.
The same prick?
No. That man would have probably been dead at this point. It's been, 30 years, 40 years?
Might it be the remains of your friend?
Or maybe a kid? Same line of thinking as him?
Possibly.
Saw that she was alive and wants to finish the job.
Perhaps, but until I can figure out who this individual is, I can't really do anything. And I don't really want to kill them either. It's kind of against my entire
Beliefs.
You'd like us to subdue them?
You'd like us to make sure you
subdue,
just get
perhaps, but perhaps persuade them to come quietly.
We'll see what we can do. And I look
And I have
to
a sneaking suspicion they might reappear again tonight. However, I don't know what they might do. Well, let's return to the party so I can make my announcements and we can all get things underway.
So you at least know what he looks like.
I don't have a description beyond what you saw and what I saw outside.
From what I could tell from his walk, he appeared to be possibly injured.
Injured?
So he's lame?
Yes, lame. Or injured, or as someone
Interesting.
once told me, in a bad way.
This
Keep
man,
that in mind.
he appears in a cloak every time.
Always in a cloak. And it's a very raggedy ass cloak.
We will be able to recognize him.
And nearly everything that individual has stolen has either been metal or wood. Very rarely has it varied from that.
Might it be that they wish to make constructs as well as you?
Perhaps. Let's
Or perhaps repairs.
just head back to the hall now.
I can make a suggestion in terms of, at the very least, ensuring your protection. Maybe one of us should stick with you.
I could do that.
Nah, you stick out like a sore thumb.
What do you mean?
Come on, look at you,
I think
and look
if
at
he
me.
does make an appearance and if he does target me, better if I was somewhat isolated. It would give you a better opportunity.
I was just gonna say if I do it, I mean, look at me. I just gesture myself. I'm freaking adorable.
Yes, you are. However,
Pocket doll.
I think that's probably a little bit of separation would do some wonders for what we might try to do.
I mean, you sure? Look what I can do, and I just go slump. Natural 20.
Dun,
Translation.
dun, 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 dun.
It just looks like a normal doll.
Translation. The DM wants us to be separate from him for story reasons.
Yeah, I know.
Basically.
This is just something that she'd show off. Like, hey, I can look completely innocuous, and he won't
Right.
suspect a thing.
He just picks you up, puts you on the elf boy's shoulder, and you all move back into the hall with the tree.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how flammable is the tree?
Why are you asking this?
So that way she knows how to.
Oh
That way she can
no!
keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get lit on
It doesn't
fire.
look flammable at all. In fact, it looks like it's made entirely out of metal.
Oh, it's one of those aluminum Christmas trees.
Eesh, metal trees. What's next?
Not really. It looks like it's actually made out of tin.
Metal trees. What's next?
How do you
Fake
recognize
lights?
tin?
Gas lights? Gas lights for the tree?
You're not too far off.
What the? So what's the plan, big guy?
He just walks away just then.
Wait.
It
Before
is very rapidly approaching nighttime.
Before he leaves, I say, "Hey, big guy.
Stay safe.
Well, that and I understand what you went through. Just thought to let you know."
He nods and just moves on, heads to the front of the whole conversation hall.
I mean, I suppose that if he does get hurt, I could help him in a minor way.
Yeah, same he, but he wants us he, so that's what we be. Now, if you'd be so kind, mind putting me on the tree. Oh, goddamn, I'm rhyming now. I need to work on that shit. Seriously, put me on the tree.
Nice.
That way, it just looks
No,
like a
like,
decoration.
Alright, so he heads to the front of the area.
I'm
and
going to take
You want a little perception right quick?
Alright.
Noleg will pick up the doll and
Question, should we put you on top of the star?
No, good God.
Noleg will just pick you up and basically just set you on one of the branches somewhat higher.
And I guess I'm just gonna roll stealth to make myself look like a doll, like a normal doll.
20!
There you are.
15.
Alright, 15, and perception from Chris. Alright, so you see that there are actually several constructs talking to each other, and as soon as they see him walk up to the front of the room, you see them pull out a bunch of different instruments.
Feliz Navidad. No.
No, not far off, however.
Please let them be Spanish. Spanish Christmas
This one?
constructs.
Mariachi Christmas.
I was about to say.
All this.
I mean, whenever
There
you're
you go.
playing, I can't hear it.
It's through the Roll20, so you might want to.
Mark.
I-
I think that's saying it right.
Yeah,
No,
it's Spock.
Yeah, I
I
can't
can't
hear
hear it.
anything through the
Yeah, same here.
Roll20.
I can't hear it either.
I could, but it's gone silent.
Oh, Bach.
Oh, let me crank up the
Maybe-
volume a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, it's Bach. I love him.
Alright, so the constructs start playing music, and he starts speaking about a very old tradition. He describes a relative of his from centuries past that started a tradition after a very harsh winter. That basically he wore red, he was from the very, very far north, and he brought presents to everyone. Because they had basically a very rough time during that winter. And this story goes on for a few minutes. And the lights dim.
Can I roll perception to keep track of everyone else?
Sure,
Or just, keep track in general of people?
sure. Roll a perception.
If you need to, I can cast light on... Can I cast light on the doll?
I mean,
You'd have to touch him.
No, that
You
would
want it to be
nullify
very
his entire stealth check.
Yeah. No, no, I'd still look like a doll. I'd just be glowing.
just a glowing
Alright,
doll.
you don't really see anything outside of the ordinary with the crowd.
Does everyone here have dark vision? I know that I have.
Yeah, I
It's-
do.
It's not dark per
I
se,
do
it's
not.
like dimmed. It's
Okay.
dimmed slightly.
Yeah, it's dim light. I have dark vision,
you-
so...
I
can
forgot
see.
to mention there's like several tables full of food of varying kinds. And he gently claps and says, "Let the feast begin."
Melneg will approach one of the tables, generally just sort of avoiding any of the more, like just avoiding anything that would, basically just avoiding processed foods, just taking meat.
Processed foods. Nothing in this time period is processed.
Like just any
Yes.
anything that's been made. Avoid just sort of going for
Like
just
meats
sort
and
of standard
veggies.
plant, meats and vegetables. Is pretty much
Everyone's
all
favorite
okay.
character, the vegan barbarian.
No, he's not.
He's not vegan, he's eating meat.
Yeah, just not eating anything that you need to make. Just
I'm
Just
sorry,
people
but
find
No,
it
it's
weird.
mostly cooked meats and various cookie dishes.
Yeah, Ruby said she not only does she not need to eat, but she, in order to keep up her disguise, she's gonna maintain stealth, I guess.
I'm
Alright.
going to eat, just not very much, like just a bit, just enough
Just
so I
a
don't
polite
starve.
amount.
Yeah, like just enough, like
So
Like-
you do that, you all get settled. You'll be consistently on the wary about things. Ruby, would you like to roll a perception for me?
All right.
I'm going to try to stay.
That's
Son
a
of a-
nat one.
I have a
If you could generate saliva, you would, because you're staring at all that food.
question. Can
okay.
I roll a just? I'm staying by the tree for the most part, just enjoying its splendor.
You may
Probably
roll
good food.
perception with disadvantage, because this is goddamn wonderful food.
No, I'm okay. Let's see. 13, not bad.
You see what looks like a crow just outside one of the windows.
In
And
that
then
case,
the window shatters open, and that cloaked figure runs past, grabs the host,
I cast a gesture.
and
I'm
Fine.
going to cast. I'd like to just yell out to Nolagai. No,
no
No,
leg.
like
yeah, Noleg.
Alright, so that's a DC.
Over there!
Yeah, well, I have
Over
that.
there, get him!
So, yeah. I'm
That's
just
a
going
DC
to,
15.
The figure
I'm just-
just ignores you.
I'm just going,
You might want to roll to hit there.
I'm just going to walk, just going to approach and try to grab them.
Oh,
You're a little bit too far away.
And I'm even if he doesn't pay attention to me, it's
have
still
40
he still
feet
has to
of
make a wisdom save or do what I say.
wait. Hold on. I think I have a way to get you there real quick. Oh, shoot. That doesn't apply
The
to two
figure
people.
completely ignores you. The suggestion spell.
Oh, so he passes.
Yeah.
Something tells
Let's
me
go
it's
with that.
fine.
No. Something tells me come swift. Then you
So he
down.
grabs Kringle, just slams through a door, and you lose track of him.
So there is something I could do. I'm going to grab
I'm gonna-
onto.
I'm gonna turn it to the next page.
Okay, never mind.
Can I jump out of the window and follow suit?
You can try.
Can I cast a spell?
You can try.
I'm going to cast Fly on myself and follow.
All right.
Yeah,
About
I'm
how
just
high
jumping
up-
off.
About how
Alright.
high up
far
are
away?
we?
So
We see like
the figure carrying Kringle, he's gaining ground on you on a ridiculous level.
Yeah, but
even though I'm going 60
how
feet
high
around.
up? How high up are we?
We're on top of a mountain
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
No, I
I'm
mean,
going
how
to-
high up in the building? If I were to jump out this window, how high?
You are on the 3rd floor, so let's go with about 40 feet.
okay then.
I have
That
a
would
question.
then.
Could I grab the doll? Can I grab Ruby
Sure.
and then just take her with me as I'm flying?
That'd be a dexterity, but I take no damage if I fall
Less than
within
30.
30
This is
feet.
40 feet though.
So I'd only take like a d6 of damage.
Yeah, you take 1d6 bludgeoning, which you rise into.
Mm-hmm. So we'll just say that he would take no damage, but he would have half movement from just falling out a window and having to get up again.
Oh god, half movement from 25 feet.
I mean, I can still grab you, and I move 60 feet. I have 60-foot movement, and I can dash to get 120 because of flight.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, I'm not gonna fight against it.
Okay.
Roll that dexterity check while you're doing that dash.
Or dex check. Okay.
You gotta pick to grab me in midair.
Come on. Nope.
8. You lose. You almost grab Ruby, but yeah.
Also, by the
You
way,
miss.
my flight looks like basically just feathers are falling, are just falling from my feet.
Alright. So, any of you want to roll perception? Because the snow's started falling really, really hard now.
Yeah.
And I'm just,
Shit.
huh? That's weird. Thump! Another snowball.
No league.
No. Yeah,
Your only hope.
you would take a snowball to the face from a dryad and you careen into a very large patty of snow.
I'm distracted by this, and I just point and laugh.
Noleg has not jumped out the window. So would he be able to roll perception?
You may roll a survival check to see if you can track him.
Could I
Okay, I'm not
I
outside
can't look
yet.
from above.
Yeah, but keep track to
So,
look
yeah,
from the snow tracks.
So
Or
he
you
would,
can just roll perception from a window and then go from there.
he would. I'd say he'd come downstairs. He'd be running at full speed. So that's 80 feet a turn. But he is like going away because he doesn't want to bother me. Jump.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when he gets outside, he would survive to try and track.
Sure, if you want.
That's 15.
Considering your heritage and all that, I'll let you have that nat 20.
Oh,
You see those trails, and they lead directly to the edge of the cliff to the south of you. You might want to get moving.
Yeah, Ruby, upon composing herself from that dryad, which she's probably gonna look for later, is gonna.
I'm going
Start
to
rolling.
pick up. Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, she's just gonna run somewhere.
I'm
run
going
you.
to.
So what do you do?
If Ruby allows it, I'm going to pick her up and I'm just going to pick up anyone I can. I'm going to assume that I can't pick up a barbarian.
Like a 7.5 tall barbarian, no less.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick you up because I physically can't, and I'm just going to just fly in the direction that he tells me to. Nolag, where did you... Do you see where they went?
He will indicate the area.
And you all run full tilt towards that area?
Yeah. When we come to the edge, is it like a sheer drop? Is that?
It's a sheer drop past a stone fence, and you see this guy holding our good friend Kringle over the edge by the throat.
Could I try to fly above his point of view and then try and swoop in and get Kringle?
Alright.
If you want to risk it, sure.
I'm gonna flip Ruby takes out a piece of a copper coin from her pocket, flips it, and casts Detect Thoughts on the cloaked figure.
You can't hear anything.
It doesn't work. It's a construct.
Ruby doesn't know.
You detect nothing except both fear and sadness from Kringle, and the thoughts of your comrades next to you.
Alright.
It's cold.
I'm just gonna yell at the guy. Hey!
Actually, my thoughts are...
You want to roll perception and see if you can catch anything before you...
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, you're right, sure. 19.
Alright, you
Sorry,
catch a little bit.
you're
Everyone
saying
else roll first
Yeah, Seto.
before I start describing things.
Teto.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, what are you gonna roll as well, or just gonna
For
leave behind him?
perception, sure.
I guess.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way I can catch him, because
What?
I have
Oh,
Wow.
no leg hears it.
I hear everything.
You
Just
can't hear
around the rubber
anything
band.
over the snow and the wind, Chris. As for, what's her face? Your character, Kenan. Ruby, she hears bits and pieces of very accusatory stuff, but you can't really catch it. You're not entirely certain what's being said. Noeg, you hear everything.
Yeah.
You hear the cloaked figure in something of a raspy voice say, "You did this to me, you abandoned me for years in the snow. You will suffer as you made me suffer."
No, we'll step forward and none of you so far heard him talk above a mutter at this point.
I'm gonna try to hide in the snow.
Roll stealth. 11. You're pretty easy to spot with those bright colors.
Damn it. Being adorable has its downsides.
He
Alright.
will walk out and he will call.
Sorry, what, Canito? I can barely hear you.
Sorry. Nolik will call out. You're not the only one who's been abandoned in the snow. This is not the way to This is not the way.
The figure looks at you, then looks back at Kringle, tosses Kringle into the snow next to him, and pulls out a rather dinged up knife and says, "Yes, however, some things have to be done." And he basically vanishes into the snow. And you hear, any of you want to roll perception?
Yes, I wouldn't.
Can I go up and get
actually want to
K-Man?
Pardon?
Can I go up and get the Kringle?
Sure.
The Kringle man?
No egg, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna look around, keep watch, get to loot out, like the end of it, like pointing at whatever
Excuse
direction
me?
the enemy would show up. What?
Oh, I heard something else.
Loot out?
What?
I thought you said with the lewd out, and I was confused.
What?
No.
What?
Good lord, no. This is a rated. This is a rated.
This is rated R. For...
Oh, this is a TV-14 show. This is a TV-14 Christmas special.
Alright. So, yeah. Any of you roll perception?
I
Yeah,
did.
sure.
I did.
Yeah, I did. It was a 10. For
Alright,
me.
none of you see anything. Any of you make a move?
I'm gonna cast Firebolt into the air.
I'm going to go up and get Kringle.
Alright.
Like I take him and then I lift him up.
Alright.
God, do I hit like a bird or something?
Roll initiative. Also. Let's see if that hits.
Did I hit like a bird or something?
Oh, son of a fopping. Give me a second, it's being stupid.
No, it hits the dryad that was attacking me earlier.
No, I'm having difficulties with something. I'm gonna reload.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
be
gonna
right
reload as
back
well.
after these messages.
I'm gonna reload as well.
Because it's being very, very finicky.
Yeah.
I do not have good luck today. My luck has been subpar.
Try this again.
What's the matter?
I'm trying to make a weapon do its thing, but it's...
Oh,
It's being a spaz.
Okay, so that works, but that isn't what I was trying to do. Huh?
so I can just pick up our jolly clock.
Son of a bitch! Alright, fuck it, I'll just roll a d20 by hand.
Is that a, did what I roll hit anything, or the blank
Be
bar hit
right
anything?
back. I gotta find my dice tray.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, ooh, that's scary. That's really scary.
Alright. Oh, I forgot where I put my dice tray, so I'm just gonna use a physical, well not physical, but use the digital rolling system.
Alright, you're doing it old school?
No, he's doing it digital.
Plus,
I know how to make it.
South Carolina.
yep, that's gonna hit. Alright, Kringle, Chris. Brain. Chris.
Not Chris
You
Kringle.
take a dagger to the back.
Ah!
Just a thrown one.
Hi, Judas.
And now we roll initiative as soon as I get the initiative.
How much damage do I take?
That'll be, let me roll.
What is it? Can't finish it.
Also, I need to roll something real quick.
3 points of damage.
Okay, I maintain concentration.
Oh, right, you're still flying.
Yeah,
point, he's
I'm
like
going to
hovering.
take Kringle and just lift him up into the sky.
You're trying to get him out of there?
Yes, I'm trying to take him back to his guards while the other two take care of the situation.
Just a question for you all. Do you plan on bringing this man down, or are you going to try and persuade him?
I'm focusing entirely on keeping Santa alive.
I'm gonna try to keep him, or just try to suppress this guy, and maybe talk him down. If he doesn't, well, I'm blasting his skull off, his
I'm
head
also
off.
gonna roll another.
I'm just going to attempt to
Stealth check.
grapple him, basically, just restrain or subdue.
Alright. Any of you want to roll perception again?
All right. 13.
Let me see. Rolling perception.
You don't
4.
see
I'm too
shit.
busy. I'm too focused on Santa.
I'm too
Cannon?
busy with like, yeah. Oh, wait, we forgot we also forgot about sorry, I forget your character's name, Teddy.
No,
I'm
like-
in initiative.
Yeah, but you have to roll perception as well.
Yeah, moment, that one, I think. Yes, that one.
Okay.
13.
Alright. You don't hear anything, Noleg, but Cannon? You hear clicking, like a clock nearby.
I just yell out, I hear clicking! Eyes out! To the crew. I think you want to set it as descending order.
Yeah. Wait a second, I gotta fix it.
So is he not on the initiative then?
Let me
Gotta save Santa.
pull out his thingy.
Save Christmas.
Jesus has to save Christmas, I guess.
I'm trying to remember how to roll for initiative on an NPC thing. Oh,
There's like a dice, yeah. You have
initiative.
to click on their like, wherever they are on the map first.
Son of a bitch. Roll 20, why does your system have to suck balls?
Because if it
Roll
didn't,
20. Why do you have to be sexist?
That's a nat one.
Is it right?
I guess my shot sort
Yay!
of I guess my shot in the air just sort of just stunned him a bit.
Does he
No,
That wasn't even a
you
non-decision.
startled him a little bit because he didn't quite see you.
Does he have no dex bonus at all?
I'm not applying dex to him.
It
Just
might
for the
be-
sake of the fact that you're slightly underpowered for this fight.
Yeah, we're a little weaker than we would be.
Alright. Alright, Ruby, you're up.
Okay, so what is trying to convince him to stand down in action.
You're gonna have to roll persuasion as well as say something within a sentence that will help.
All right, well, I'm going to use my subclass feature, Silver Tongue, to expend a bardic inspiration and add that to my persuasion.
Alright.
In
Roll
that case-
persuasion, but you also need to verbally say something within a sentence that would fit within a free action to tell
Okay.
him.
I'm gonna just say, "Stand down, guy. Nobody here has to die."
Nobody but
And
the
I'm
half elf
adding
has to
A
die.
D8, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I remember bardic inspiration.
Alright, I am going to roll wisdom for this lad.
Yeah, or insight.
That's right, I can just use a sheet because at least some of the base stats are working.
All right, so that's a 27.
Insight. How do you... I think I'm just gonna have to roll straight wisdom for
Yeah,
this.
straight
Yeah,
wisdom.
if there's no insight mentioned, he has no proficiency, so it is just a straight wisdom.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 4. However, he is incredibly stubborn, and this might take a couple more checks.
So that's 1 success, so it takes multiple successes. And I'm
Yes.
going to use my bardic inspiration to... I guess the only other person around at the moment who can talk him down, since it looks like the sorcerer's gonna pick up Kringle and
What do you
fly
want me
away.
to do? What do you want me to do?
I'm going
Let Santa
to
die?
I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to my compatriot Noleg.
No
No
leg.
No legs.
No legs.
His legs
And
just
just
fall
say,
away.
hey, help me out, he.
He tears off his legs and uses them as clubs.
I just give him bardic inspiration and said, hey, help me out, he. So
I don't know about.
So I give him
Alright.
a bardic inspiration, which is a D8.
Alright. That'll be your turn. Now for no leg.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move here. Then I would like to use my bonus action to rage, which also does that. Each creature of my choice in my yard gains 2 temporary hit points. Temporary hit points increase. Okay, so you gain 3 temporary hit points because I'm at 5th level.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright. Any creature of mine gets that.
Alright.
And then here and attempt to grapple with the
You don't see him. You can only hear him. So you're gonna have to make that check with disadvantage.
Well, I have advantage because raging gives me advantage on strength, so that's
No,
just
he
a
has to
standard
roll. I think
base
you'd have to roll perception to see if he sees him before he can do that.
roll.
Fine.
And
Try
you have
to
bardic
roll
inspiration.
perception.
And you do have
Could-
bardic inspiration, so that could help.
Question.
Perception, see if you can see him.
Question.
No.
That's a nat 1. You get lost in the snow.
Nat 1, you
So I end up
That
over
one.
here.
don't see anything except for
Yeah.
the true meaning of Christmas.
Yep, you end up over there because you're freaking snowblind.
I end up over here. And that's going to be my turn, really. I can't do much else.
Alright,
All right, my turn, I'm
Chris.
guessing.
yes.
All right, in that case, Christopher, take the wheel. Christopher's just going to grab. He's going to grab the jolly old man and lift him into the sky.
Alright, roll
Oh
strength.
god, you just supermaned.
Roll strength.
child.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be athletics?
That's a fail. You dropped the old man on the floor on accident.
He's too heavy.
He takes 1 point of hit. He takes 1 point of
No,
damage.
that would be a
It's
nat
not-
1.
But the
I have
snow
a
just
question.
useful.
Can I twin my flight ability to him?
No, I think you'd have to like cast it again, drop your flight and cast it at like a higher level.
Ooh, that's Okay, in that case, can I do one? No, I don't. Can I cast a spell?
You've used your action to try and pick him up. You only have a bonus
I
action
wanted
and
to
a
cast
free action left.
guidance. I wanted to cast guidance, but
Is that
okay.
a bonus action? Oh no, that's an action.
In that case, I'm just going to bonus action say, "Nah, just get going. Get to one of your gods. Get going, please."
Alright.
And with that, my turn's over.
Alright. Next up is Tin Hands.
It's a very original name.
Clocky McClockface.
Alright. So what he's gonna do is he's
Mr.
gonna,
TikTok.
seeing as our good friend the Barbarian's probably the biggest threat, he's gonna move over to here, and he's gonna smack you
Wait,
with
is
a
he within 15
debilitating
feet?
strike.
Wait, I need to see something real quick.
Does a 15 hit?
Hit me?
Yeah.
Wait.
Do not believe it does.
Okay, never mind.
I do not believe it does. No, it's. I'll be right back.
What is your... Let me check your armor class real quick. Your armor class is 1 above his. Alright. Alright. Failing that, he moves this way and throws a dagger at No Leg.
Hey, buddy.
Pardon?
Sorry, cat. There was cat doing cat things.
That also misses.
There's a cat just putting itself into a bag.
Alright. Now for stealth.
Sorry about that.
Alright.
Sorry about that. I'm back. What did I miss?
Alright, so he also tried to throw a dagger at you and failed.
Okay.
And now he's heading into the snow again, so you gotta roll that hearing perception.
For me as well.
All of you if you want to.
Oh, sorry, wrong button. Damn it, that's a waste of a good roll.
Perception.
What is your perception bonus?
Natural 20.
Perception.
Yeah, you know exactly where he is, Cannon. He's right here.
If you can grab him, I can help you. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a doll. What do you...
Oh,
No.
Are you going to point him out to us, or are you just going to take notice? I suppose you'd have to do that on your turn, wouldn't you?
Oh, wait till
It's
turn
it's
comes.
Ruby's turn.
Oh, it is your turn. Are you going to point him
I
out?
look exactly where he is. If I can see, like, his eyes...
You see his face, and part of it is... Most of his face is concealed by a hood, but you can see clockwork pieces moving.
I look at him where I would assume his eyes are and say, "Kid, this ain't worth it. Revenge, that's my gimmick. But you got more time than I do. Drop it." I'm gonna roll persuasion again to try to talk him down.
Alright, roll that persuasion.
Natural 20. That's 2 successes, I guess, or something.
That's a double success, you win. He just looks at the knife, looks at the old man,
It ain't
drops
worth
the
it.
knife, and just goes on his knees, dejected, and not entirely certain what to do.
I'm gonna walk up and ask him his name. Just say, "What's your name, kid?"
Oh no, sentence is feared under me.
Sorry, what did he say his name was?
He mutters, "Tin hands."
Tin Hands. What's your story?
I
just ask him what's his story.
Why don't you ask him? And he basically nods his head in the direction of the old man.
Would I have to roll intelligence to try to put 2 and 2 together? Because I did see, like, he's pretty burnt up.
Yeah, parts of his metal parts are kind of singed, almost. Like, you know how metal discolors when it's been exposed to heat?
Yeah, and how it's, like, if left untreated, it leaves a bit of a mark. Would I have to roll, like, intelligence to put this together, or what?
Roll a intelligence check, yes.
That's a 13.
You pass.
Okay, sorry, what were you saying?
You pass.
No, sorry, no, Seto, what were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Are we still in initiative?
No.
I'd like to cast a spell.
What is this spell?
Prayer of Healing.
Alright.
Because I want to heal basically everyone. Because heal me.
I don't think the only person who even took any damage was you.
I know, but also the old man might be hurt.
He doesn't know he's hurt, so
yeah,
what is
I
it?
don't know whether or not he's hurt, so I'm just going to heal
Where
him
does
anyway.
freaking...
Heal this guy
I'm just
because
gonna put him right here.
I don't know. Yeah, he just disappeared under my character. I absorbed him. I've absorbed him and become the
Oh,
true wizard.
Osmosis.
I have
So,
become the
with that intelligence check, am I able to put 2 and 2 together?
I
or-
did say you pass.
Yeah.
Oh, I just look at him and I say, "So you're trying to kill your
the ghost of Christmas past.
boss, your dad?" Gotta admit, that's pretty fucked up, even for me. I made a.
He
shit,
left
son, I
me
had
to die.
From what I heard, you were in middle of repairs, and so you were off and shit. So he couldn't. So he had to run, because he's a coward. If it was intent, I'd see you. I'd agree with you, frankly. But if anything, he's just nothing. He's nothing but a coward.
Look,
He's not worth your time.
Shush.
Sorry.
Roll persuasion.
Look. Talk to him. Surely he wants to see you again.
Natural 1.
He doesn't want to listen to you. You're too much of an asshole about
Can
it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I'm sure from what I see upon his face and his heart, he seems to truly care. He's regretted it. He said that you're near perfect. Such a near perfect, and that's, from what I can understand of craftsmen, being one myself, takes quite a lot to say something like that and truly mean it. Can I roll persuasion with that?
Persuasion with advantage.
Yes.
Oh god, that's
28.
shit.
If constructs could cry.
Yay! I make everyone cry.
For once, I agree with the doll. Cowardice is nothing to be celebrated.
Yes, but forgiveness.
Nor is it to be. Nor is
but
it
at the
something
same
to
time-
waste your time to kill somebody for.
Yes,
At the
but
same time, it is not worth your effort to slay this man. This man has failed you. Move on. You do not need him.
he might want to be with you again. Just talk it out.
Yeah, if you don't like the cut of his jib, well, you're your own man. So
I'd like to just cast guidance on him, if possible.
that requires a touch him, right?
Yes, I'm just putting my hand on his shoulder. Please,
Yeah, you do that.
have wisdom be guided.
The old man approaches slowly as you do this.
Or I step aside to give him some room.
I
And
also
he just
step aside.
kneels down in front of him and just hugs him.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for Ruby. You know what? Well, DM, to not cry, would she succeed or fail?
Can I give her guidance?
Too late.
No. Actually, it wouldn't work because it's a safe.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
is that a failure, the 13, or to?
You set
cry, she
your
can
own
cry?
wisdom save.
Yeah, she fails. She's not crying.
Can I
You
give
don't
her?
cry.
You can't really cry though, because construct, well, doll thing. And
I give her a handkerchief nonetheless.
She just looks at you and
there's a little bit of molten
disappointed.
snow near the button eyes. That works. There's just a little bit of melting snow near the eyes.
Mm.
And is that it?
that's basically it. You guys all head back inside. And the old man basically tells you can stay for the evening.
I stay.
And that there'll be guests for you in the morning.
Yay. Well, Cake, thank you very much for the enjoyable one shot.
Alright?
What are
Um,
these?
If you decide you want to keep any of these characters, let me know. Just write them down and remember the stats.
Sure,
And
I'll definitely.
I think I
this.
might want Christopher later at some point.
I love.
What did you guys
Warlocks,
think
so
of Christopher?
I think he's basically Durus 2.0.
I think
Who?
he's.
He's a character from Kineto's game. He's played by Jack, and he's basically the completely oblivious protagonist.
Yeah. Honestly, in character, she hates your guts because of your bloodline, essentially being, divine and all.
You literally hate my guts.
But out of character, you're fine. You're fine, dude.
Yay. Anyways, thank you very much.
What are the gifts, by the way?
Well, if you'll stick around for a moment, I'll tell you.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Alright, I'll
So, yeah.
message you what you get.
Yeah, I'll say hi to Salkline for ya. Bye.
See ya.
Alright.
Stay safe and
Bye.
happy holidays.
You too, man.
Alright, so... Alright, I shall now tell you what you get. I shall, however, also only PM you the information.
Okay.
Fine.
And now to give...
If we are about done, I think I might have to leave the VC as well. It's fairly late.
Yeah. I'll just stop the recording here.
Alright.
Okay.